Yeah, nigga. It's that nigga Boosie Mac and my nigga DOK. Watch finest, nigga. Coming from a whole nother level. East side when we smash.
East side, nigga.
Village
East
town.
side, nigga.
Great
East
Street
side,
Watts.
nigga.
Collabo.
East side, nigga. East
Yeah.
side, nigga.
Yeah. East side.
All right, y'all, what's poppin', man? KOOLEST on YouTube. About to start this off over again, man. Check this out. Today is Tuesday, Newsday, man. What we about to bring to y'all, though, is basically, I know y'all familiar with the Banging on Wax project. Came out in '93. You know what I'm saying? Two Los Angeles rival gangs, the Bloods and the Crips. They actually put a real album together. You know what I'm saying? But in the result of putting that album together, you know, a lot of them got killed from that album. You know what I'm saying? Which was supposed to have been an album apiece. But it's like a lot of people just still hard-headed, still just can't take it. I don't know what it's for. But therefore, you're killing your own people. You know what I'm saying? The album was supposed to have been a peaceful transition of Bloods and Crip pop. You know what I'm saying? But without further ado, we're going to go and let y'all hear the story, because I don't want to get it twisted. I don't want to be assuming. And you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to be speaking on nothing alleged. So we're going to let them tell the story, man. Kick back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if y'all was a fan of the Banging on Wax track, it was like I'm a fan of it for the simple fact that they were able to do it. They were able to put the Crips and the Bloods together and then put down the guns to pick up the mics. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? That's what Nipsey was trying to do. Feel me? I've been trying to do that. But they did it, and then it's like a lot of them lost their life. So, without further ado, let's get to it.
Now in the video
Banging on Wax is an album containing the redirected energies of members of the Bloods and the Crips, two violent rival Los Angeles gangs. The idea was to have the gang members deal with their differences verbally instead of physically.
A lot of them got have success. Yeah, a lot of them got as a result of that record, though. On both sides. So that record caused a lot of girls, guys, yeah.
When Banging on Wax dropped in '93,
when it's supposed to have been a album for peace, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it should have been, an album for peace.
Turned heads. Nobody expected Bloods and Crips to link up on a track, let alone a whole album. But one song that really had people talking was Pyru Love, featuring a lineup of rising Blood rappers.
the jungles of a pork called Luke on Rosecrans Pass, Oleander,
Fast forward to today, and some of them have pretty much vanished from the scene. Take Lil Leak, for example. Aside from his verse on the album, there's barely any trace of him, and he never really blew up. Same with Bloody Mary, one with that distinctive voice, who seemed to also disappear just as quickly.
Can't trip with a Compton nut, kicking with my all black chuck. We don't need show us.
Then you had Red Rum 781, who never quite broke into the mainstream either, but left a mark.
That Rum was a motherfucking big brother to me, man. And he represented me until he died, man. Straight up. When he got his old page, took it, he called me mad about it. He got his new page, I posted up, said go follow my Rum.
So what really happened to them? Let's break it down. When NWA blew up in the late 80s and early 90s, not everyone was cheering, especially in the gang community. A lot of gang members felt like the group was making money off a lifestyle they hadn't really lived, and that frustration led to something unexpected. Banging on Wax. But this wasn't just another rap album. This was Bloods and Crips, real rivals, coming together to make music and set their differences aside, even if just for a moment. The idea came from two key figures, OIG Red Rum 781, a Blood, and Tweety Bird Locke, a Crip. Red Rum met Tweety and producer Robert Lewis at a rap competition where he placed 3rd out of 200 contestants. That meeting sparked something big. Red Rum and Tweety came up with the concept, pitched it to Robert Lewis, and soon it landed in the hands of producer Ronnie Phillips, who saw the vision immediately.
That's how I met Tweety Bird and Robert Lewis. So we went, started doing some music. Me and Tweety Bird came up with the concept of Banging on Wax. Me and Tweety Bird took it to Robert Lewis. He took the idea to Ronnie Phillips, and then that's when the album was made, that's when history was made.
The plan was simple but ambitious. Bring real gang members from Compton, Watts, Long Beach, Inglewood, and LA into a studio, audition them, and put the best ones on the album. In the end, 16 gang members put their weapons down and picked up the mic, turning their energy into something creative instead of destructive. Banging on Wax became more than an album. It was an outlet for anger, frustration, and raw talent. But for those involved, it wasn't just about making music. They wanted to prove they could come together, show their skills, and move beyond street violence. As they put it, they had more to offer than just pulling triggers or hustling D's.
We're trying to show them that we can come together, make a record, and show positive issues, and at the same time prove that we have talents other than just pulling triggers.
Ronnie Phillips saw something bigger. "I don't see Bloods and Crips, I see my brothers," he said. His belief was simple. If you could get them to stop fighting and show them how to make real money through music, you could change lives.
Once we understood that, we started a relationship. And once you start a relationship, then you can work together. Then you become business partners. Then you can grow, become producers, actors, whatever. Because there's a lot of talent in the streets and people overlook that.
He also hoped to inspire younger generations, encouraging them to pick up a pen and write instead of settling beef with guns.
The ones I'm really worried about is the BJs, the baby guys. And once they realize, hey man, instead of me picking up my 9 to shoot you, I'd rather pick up an ink pen and write a diss rhyme. You know, that's basically what it's all about.
Of course, getting Bloods and Crips in the same studio wasn't easy. At first, some of them didn't even want to be in the same room. But over time, they made it work. The result? An album that was raw, unfiltered, and straight up aggressive, but in a way that turned street battles into lyrical ones. They took shots at each other on the tracks, but they all agreed that rapping out their frustrations was a much better way to handle things.
I mean, there was a little confrontations, but when everybody understood, hey man, we're here to make records, we're not here to fight each other, we're here to make records, it was cool.
The goal was clear. Keep the fights on wax, make an honest living, and show the world that even the most notorious rivals could come together for something bigger than their beef. When Bangin' on Wax hit the streets in 1993, it wasn't just another rap album. It was a full-blown cultural moment. Against all odds, it climbed to number 86 on the Billboard 200 and went gold, proving that music could bridge even the deepest divides. With hard-hitting tracks like Bangin' on Wax, Pyru Love, Crip Crip Crip, and Steady Dippin', the album became an instant classic. The music videos for Bangin' on Wax, Pyru Love, and Steady Dippin' only added to its impact, bringing the raw energy of the streets straight to the screen. One of the standout moments was Pyru Love, a blood anthem with a surprisingly smooth hook sung by Foclip's Eclipse, a Crip.
We got our shout out on that song. When they say VTP, we got called. We was on there. Salute, baby.
The track sampled Computer Love by Zapp and Roger, blending melody with hardcore street storytelling. It caught the attention of Suge Knight, who was so impressed he signed Bloody Mary to Death Row Records in 1994. Even mainstream media took notice. The Chicago Tribune and Los Angeles Times recognized Pyru Love as one of the best songs to reference Rosecrans Avenue, a street deeply tied to LA's gang culture. Then there was Steady Dippin', repping the Crips, performed by Underworld Connection, featuring Do or Die, A-Love, Miss C-Note, Danny Girl, Sinlock, and Blue Rag.
Even though I'm from the opposite tracks, the red side, you know what I'm saying? Real talk, though. It's like when I heard that album, though, it was a couple of Crip songs that was cool. You feel me? And I banged them, I bumped them, you know what I'm saying? But I always stood on, you know what I'm saying, what we stand for, though. Pimps in red uniforms. That's what it is. That's what they say.
General, the music video even had a cameo from DJ Battlecat, adding some legendary West Coast credibility. With all that hype and success surrounding the first album, a follow-up wasn't just possible, it was pretty much guaranteed. So in 1994, Bangin' on Wax 2, the saga continues hit the streets, and while it didn't quite shake things up like the original, it still held its own, landing at number 139 on the Billboard 200 and climbing to number 20 on the R&B/hip-hop albums chart. Even though it didn't have the same impact, it kept the movement going strong. It gave fans hard-hitting tracks like G's and Locks and Wish You Were Here, both of which got the music video treatment to keep the energy alive. Fast forward a whole decade and Bangin' on Wax. Part 3, No Passes was finally recorded in 2004, but for whatever reason it didn't see the light of day until 2014. by which time everything had changed. A lot of the original artists had moved on. The scene itself had shifted, and to make things even heavier, producer Ronnie M. Phillips had passed away in 2003, officially closing a chapter of the movement's history. Still, even with the delay, the album served as a reminder of just how influential the whole Bangin' on Wax era had been, even as the blurred lines between music and real-life gang politics became harder and harder to ignore. Once that chapter ended, both sides went their own way musically, but they didn't stop. The Crips put together nationwide Rip Radars, dropping albums in 1995 and 1999, while the Bloods answered with Damu Readus, releasing projects in those same years.
Damu Riders, that's what he meant to say. That's when you know it's AI, though. You know what I'm saying? Damu Riders, that's what they mean.
Both groups stuck to the raw, unfiltered, street-heavy storytelling that made Bangin' on Wax so real in the first place. No sugarcoating, no radio-friendly edits, just the reality of their world set to a beat. But as real as the music was, the dangers were just as real. While many members of nationwide Rip Ridaz are still around today, the group's history came with a heavy cost. At least 5 members lost their lives, proving just how dangerous it was to mix music with actual gang beefs. And in the 90s, one of the deadliest decades for gang-related violence, those diss tracks weren't just words on a song. They could turn into something much more serious in real life. Even BG Knockout, who made a name for himself alongside Eazy-E on Real G's, saw the writing on the wall. He had the chance to be part of the original Bangin' on Wax project but turned it down, realizing that openly dissing rivals in the middle of all that tension was basically asking for trouble, or worse. And unfortunately, his concerns weren't just paranoia. For some artists involved in the movement, those beefs turned deadly.
This is what they tried to do with me before I met Eazy, the Bangin' on Wax thing, you remember that? Right, the Crips and Bloods. Well, I was approached from them people at first to do that before I met Eazy. This is an idea that we have, and they presented that idea to me, and I was dead not with it. I was 100% against that. I was like, nah, because I knew because the things they wanted me to do, they wanted me to diss my enemies. What you people trying to do here? Like that's crazy. I wouldn't even be able to live if I came out with some music like that. You know what I mean? A lot of them got as a result of that record, though. On both sides. So that record caused a lot of girls, guys, yeah.
One of the biggest tragedies was the loss of Bloody Mary. Born Tanisha Michelle Morgan on January 21, 1970, she had roots in Steubenville, Ohio. But when she moved to Compton, California, everything changed. The streets were different, the energy was different, and she had to adapt fast. She ended up deeply connected to several Blood and Pyru sets, and it wasn't long before she caught the attention of Tweety Bird Locke, who then introduced her to Ronnie Ron, the mastermind behind Dangerous Records. What set Bloody Mary apart wasn't just her talent, it was that voice. It was deep, powerful, and full of raw energy, so much so that people who heard her rap for the first time often assumed she was a guy.
They couldn't cross Atlantic, talk about the boulevard. Every town has a Elm Street, but not a Freddy Krueger.
She was the only female representing the Bloods on Bangin' on Wax, but she made her presence felt in a huge way, delivering unforgettable verses on tracks like Pyru Love, R.I.P. a Crab in Half, No Way Out, and CK Ride.
Damn, the fools got served. We serve.
She wasn't just part of the movement, she was a force within it. In 1994, she stepped out on her own, dropping her debut album She's Dangerous under the name Nene X. But industry politics got in the way, and after some business disputes, she cut ties with Dangerous Records and the Bangin' on Wax collective, determined to do her own thing. She even found herself in a brief rap beef with Miami's Uncle Luke, clapping back with a diss track called F-Deck Luke, where she linked up with other Bangin' on Wax veterans like Red Rum, Tweety Bird Locke, and AWOL from Kelly Park Compton Crips.
Luke, a man, no, he wish he could be the made nigga with a.
Over the years, Bloody Mary stayed in the mix, linking up with DJ King Assassin and appearing on his compilation albums. Then in 2003, Dangerous Records released The Resurrection, a collection of her old and previously unheard tracks, keeping her name alive in the underground. Eventually, she even ended up signing with Death Row Records under Suge Knight, setting herself up for what could have been a major move in her career. But then, tragedy hit in 2006. On November 19th, while riding her motorcycle, she was caught in the middle of a high-speed police chase, completely by accident. A truck trying to escape from the cops crashed straight into her bike, leaving her brain dead. Soon after, she passed away, gone way too soon. Even though her career was cut short, Bloody Mary's legacy is cemented in history. She wasn't just a rapper, she was part of a movement that changed how gang-affiliated artists represented their reality in music. Bangin' on Wax wasn't just an album series. It was a blueprint for a whole new style of street rap that would go on to shape the culture for years. And even though she didn't get to release a massive discography, her voice, her impact, and her story will never be forgotten.
Now, because I really thought she was a dude too. The very time I heard it, I thought she was a dude. It sounded like one of my homies that used to rap kind of like that, but she was a female, man. And she did pretty good on the album, though. I hope the album, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I wish this success, you know what I'm saying, to where that's what we needed. It's like on the real, it's like instead of them guns, man, pick up the microphones and just show your skills. And it's like, but what it is I think when they do start dissing each other or whatever, somebody probably dissed each other a little bit harder and then they caught feelings for the ones that died like that. But the other ones died from, you know, natural causes or whatever.
And then there was Faux Clips, real name Elijah B. Salim, born on September 17th, 1973. His talent eventually took him to places most street rappers could only dream of. During the early 90s, he found himself in the studio with Tupac Shakur, laying down verses with one of the most legendary rappers of all time. Around 1993 to 94, he signed with Death Row Records, the powerhouse label that had already built a roster of West Coast icons like Pac, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and DJ Quick. Working under Suge Knight's infamous leadership, Redrum had the chance to collaborate with some of the biggest names in the game, sharpening his skills alongside rap royalty. Even after his time at Death Row, he stayed active in the music scene, sharing stages with legends like Ice-T, and working with well-known West Coast artists like Cam, Noonie, Big Y, and countless others. His impact stretched far beyond Bangin' on Wax. He was part of the movement that helped shape West Coast gangsta rap as we know it, but in the end, it wasn't the streets that took him. It was something far more relentless. On October 30th, 2021, at the age of 49, Redrum 781 lost his battle with bone cancer.
Got some sad news for y'all. OYG Redrum 781, a legend in West Coast gangster rap, has died following a battle with bone cancer.
Another pioneer gone, another chapter closed. But his influence still echoes through the music, the culture, and the countless artists who followed in his footsteps.
That Rum was a big brother to me, man, and he represented me until he died, man. Straight up. When he got his old page, took it, he called me mad about it. He got his new page, I posted up, said go follow my Rum.
And finally, there was Lil Leak, or CK as he was known on the streets, real name James Carter. Unlike many of his peers, he's not dead, but he's also nowhere to be found, which in itself has only added to the mystery surrounding his name. Lil Leak came up in the same world as his older brother, Redrum 781, both of them representing the west side of Inglewood, California, and both affiliated with the Avenue Piru Bloods. It was only natural that he would follow in his brother's footsteps.
Get into that. So first off, I'm from Inglewood, the city of Inglewood, if you don't know, from Avenue Piru, APG, and we located on Crenshaw, between the 109th, 104th, and 108th. We got different blocks, you know. Like my brother came up with a thing because like all my homies was banging. You know what I'm saying? They would be block tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Let's remind everybody, your brother is the late, great Redrum.
By the early 90s, he was right there in the mix, making his debut on Bangin' on Wax in 1993, with Redrum being one of the co-founders of the Bloods and Crips project, alongside Tweety Bird Locke and Ronnie Ron Phillips of Dangerous Records. Lil Leak had a front row seat to one of the most groundbreaking moments in gangsta rap history. But it wasn't just about family ties. He built strong bonds with others in the group, especially Bloody Mary, who was also from Avenue Piru. The two were close, and their connection was evident in the music they made together. Lil Leak's presence could be heard on several tracks from the Bangin' on Wax album, including Due to Be Dog and CK Ride. His first real moment in the spotlight came when he appeared in the Piru Love music video alongside Bloody Mary, Lil Stretch, and his brother Redrum 781, a moment that cemented him as part of the movement. But things didn't stay peaceful for long. As Bangin' on Wax and its follow-ups gained traction, the controversy around it only grew, and some gang members weren't too happy about Bloods and Crips collaborating, no matter how real the music was. At the height of the group's success, they found themselves beefing with the Rolling 30s Harlem Crips, and one Crip in particular. Low Key Loco was especially vocal about his disapproval. He went as far as to drop a diss track called Busters on Wax, taking direct shots at the entire Bloods and Crips movement, accusing them of selling out by working with their enemies.
Putting that infrared dot through the middle of the forehead, stepping out the seat up to the max, new shirt.
See, those the ones right there that's stupid. Those the ones you get rid of. It's like they trying to make peace, and he the one saying fuck the movement. He rather continue killing his own people. See, those the ones we need to get rid of. We call them wannabe gangsters.
Lil Leak wasn't one to stay quiet. He fired back with his own shots, most notably on CK Ride, where he dedicated an entire verse to tearing down Low Key Loco and his crew, Knots, Nation of True Soldiers, with some particularly cutting lines. One that stood out was, "I saw you wearing your dirty clothes to match your dirty hood." Dirty being a disrespectful reference to the Rolling 30s Harlem Crips.
Man, you a joke, so let me laugh. You're sounding like the switch of non-rapping. I saw you wearing your dirty.
Despite the tension, Lil Leak kept making music, and in 2006 he appeared on Repossessed What It Do, a compilation album produced by Reputable Records. The project was unique in that it brought together Bloods and Crips from different regions of Southern California, featuring artists like Bronco from Nutty Block Compton Crips, Matthews and Keystone from West Franklin Crips, and Gene and June Dog from Denver Lane Bloods. It was another attempt to showcase talent beyond the gang lines, proving that even in the middle of all the chaos, music could still bring people together. And then, just like that, Lil Leak vanished. No public records, no new music, no sightings, nothing. While many of his fellow Bangin' on Wax artists met tragic fates, his disappearance remains a mystery. Whether he stepped away from the streets, changed his identity, or simply decided to live his life out of the public eye, nobody really knows. But one thing is for sure, his name, his music, and his role in that era of gangsta rap won't be forgotten anytime soon.
All right, y'all, though, even though I was part of it, you know what I'm saying, but I don't glorify gangs. I don't glorify, like, if you out there doing totally evil to people, being in the gang. I don't glorify that, you know what I'm saying? But every race, every organization have a set of people that they have that they can call on whenever they get in trouble, though. So that's the thing I salute about the Crips and the Bloods. And then it's like it started in Los Angeles, our city. You feel me? But it's worldwide. You know what I'm saying? But it should be a togetherness thing to where we definitely all can call on each other. Some people are not trying to make it like that. Because I could be where I'm from and you could be where you're from. I have Crips in the family. You know what I'm saying? And our Crip cousins love us. We love them. They know what's up. They know the business. So we got both in our families, though. So we can't hate. But there's people out there that just super ignorant. You know what I'm saying? That just need a wake-up call. And then it's like, you know, your wake-up call could be that real call. But I just want to say, man, just when y'all making music, just keep people, dead relatives out of your lyrics. Don't diss nobody in the lyrics. Just make great music and show them you can outwit them. You know what I'm saying? You can outspit them. You could just say better shit than the next MC. You know what I'm saying? But being the Blood or the Crip that you are, but you don't got to diss no hoods. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to do them shits, though. We up out of here, man. I love y'all, man. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, though. And I just want to say and give a special shout out to Ujima Village on 126th Street, Wadsworth and Clovis, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's my background. That's where I'm from, and that's my family, dog. And it's going to forever be that. No matter until when I'm gone, then I'm gone. But while I'm here, that's our shit. So we know how people, like, you got to grow up. But then again, it's like where you from is where you're from, though. Regardless, though. We up out of here, man. Coolest dude on YouTube, baby.
We won't stop with this West Coast shit. They love me too hot with this West Coast shit. We won't stop with this West Coast shit. You know what we too hot with this West Coast shit. We won't stop with this West Coast shit. We too hot with this West Coast shit. We won't stop with this West Coast shit. One of the rappers take over. I just came with Dame and spit flames with just blazing Jehovah. 2 nines on my side like the IE area code. I beat your ass tipsy with a bottle of yak. OPG check the west side of your map for you to see where I reside. The riders be at. I bring beef for you sheep man. Even the back of your hoodie looking like Jason Moore. He's ski mask. I got the Mac to your back. Slugs in your left chest give you a heart attack. This shotty on my back got me walking like a camel. Talking about you wanna get time to make him. I best believe I'm coming killing her, him and him. So say I'm gangster, so say I'm crazy. If you ask me and say I'm with the hood, maybe my rhymes they got better. I'm blocking my cheddar. 4-time rapper but 4-time hot skin. They make you dance. If you a crip, then crip walk. Cause it's crip talk. I can make you dance. If you a blood, then blood walk. Blood is blood talk. I can make you dance. If you a hoover, then hoover stomp. Groove is groove talk. I can make you dance. Nigga, I can make you dance. Nigga,
I can make you dance. Like a burning these heats and beats. For my peeps up in the street, I'm gon' get y'all crunk. Coming through boards with my squad full of hits that's elite. Come and take your stance. Coming with troops ready to aim and hostage all your fans. It's a must that I bust, so turn my motherfucking mic up. Doctors in the house about to show y'all how to hype up the crowd. It's off the mic just like a clucker. Dissing y'all motherfuckers, you thought I was a sucker. I'm coming back on that ass on the gangster tip. And I hope no niggas out there try to come back and diss. Cause I'ma cock my motherfucking mic back. Buzzing whoever's stepping my path, cause it's like that. I can make your dance. If you a crip, then crip walk. Cause it's crip talk. I can make your dance. If you a blood, then blood walk. Blood is blood talk. Don't then take your stance. Coming with troops ready to aim and hostage all your fans.
Can't stop till I'm rich. On my own, done my pills, and watch for the twist. Cheese got me chasing it like a basement rat. Split style like my ride, so I put it in rap. Speed it up, slow it down, get my flow on track. Breezy chop, let her get face all in my lap. Cause I'm attractive, but don't get inactive. Way too funny, cool, I ain't gon' back me. If I ever get to that, click, clack, get at me. I'm a gangsta, but don't push me, cuz right now I'm trying to chill and just push these drugs. I got some street talk connected, I ain't pushing the clubs. When it comes to them dubs, I do business with bloods. I don't bought those, I got those, that'll burn your clothes. Smoke a little bit of nothing, 8 ball for the nose. Clean it up, no evidence, we went like coke. You know the kid with the business, I can't let go, I can't stop. Cause I'm in too deep, I'm a gangster, hustler, surviving these streets, I can't stop. Cause I'm in too deep, everywhere I go I gotta have my burner with me. I can't stop, I can't stop. Man I can't, motherfucking stop.
I can make your dance. If you a crip, then crip walk. Cause it's crip talk. I can make your dance. If you a blood, then blood walk. Blood is blood talk. Come then take your stance. Coming with troops ready to aim and hostage all your fans. Elite hit squad for the 2007.
Hoover half X-ray third.
H-Ball. Cause if you don't do it, nigga, I'ma take on. Like a rat, when it catches the peach, the switch, they slipping. Mac Tig coming through, catching me crippin', it won't happen. For one, I'm too busy in the club, promoting H-Logan, receiving my love. Watching all the hood rats do the new dance. Two-step, Hoover walk, orange khaki pants. Hoover half baked out the two that made it happen. Alongside me, X-Ray, with the hoodie is rapping. Flowing in the basement, 2 grooves, 1 groove, like inmate familiar. Nigga, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
I can make you dance. If you a crip, then crip walk. Cause it's crip talk. I can make you dance. If you a blood, then blood walk. Blood is blood talk. Come then take your stance. Coming with troops ready to aim and hostage all your fans. Hit squad. And reckless. You know what I'm saying? MC Doc, baby. We came to do this. You heard?